Every person has a purpose through which they benefit humanity. We are healers, employees, scientists, artists. We are all essential to a healthy society. All these are the body that keeps a country running. But what about the soul? What is there to guide it to make sure it's healthy? Did our Creator give us worldly development, but when it came to spirit, He left us alone? No. Without a doubt, the one who placed us on earth also gave directions on how to navigate the soul between the good and the bad in this world. But how can one set of directions be useful to us? Humans exist for thousands of years. Mentality, values, and everything change. People develop so fast. The one who designed everything designed a system of guidance for us. He was to bring out His messengers out of people amongst us. Prophets, with instructions suitable for people of their time, guiding towards one God, purity, and success, calling to abandon idols and crime. And if we were to be sent angels or spirits as guides, we would say, how can we follow a being of another creation? What do they know about desires, struggle, and dark things from human imagination? They can't relate to or understand us. Only we can feel what it's like to be us. So God selected prophets to call their people to good actions and the righteous path. Those that answered saved themselves, but those who denied became a lesson on what happens when we bring upon ourselves our Creator's wrath. And among our grandfathers were the people of Abraham, whose father was a maker of idols and statues. When Abraham called his dad to abandon false gods, he harshly refused. And his people threw Abraham in the fire to burn. They tried to kill him and denied the day when we will answer for what our souls had earned. But God saved His prophet and believers and destroyed the evildoers, so gone were the denying people of Prophet Abraham. And God sent Prophet Shuaib to people who were forest dwellers. They were spreading corruption and defrauding the weak. They were unjust oppressors. They rejected Shuaib and said, if your warnings are true, then ask God to rain stone on us as punishment if that's something He can do. So God saved His messenger and believers and wiped out those evildoers through a cloud. So gone were the oppressing people of Prophet Shuaib. Then there was Prophet Noah, sent to an arrogant nation, who judged them for status of his followers, while he called them to one God in righteousness. They labeled him insane and refused to be doers of good. So God saved His messenger and the believers, while the arrogant were overtaken by a flood. So gone were the boastful people of Prophet Noah. And to the people of Egypt, followers of the Pharaoh, God sent His prophet Moses and his brother Aaron. Release my people, you enslaved, and follow one God, to the Pharaoh Moses said. But Pharaoh wanted to humble and shame Moses through magic and magicians, so he gathered a great crowd to witness a planned performance. But God gave victory to Moses and humiliated the Pharaoh in front of his own. So Pharaoh set out to kill him and believing people, but God saved Moses and Pharaoh was drowned. So gone were the evil and denying people of Pharaoh, rejectors of Prophet Moses. And every time God sent a prophet with guidance, there were people who disbelieved, following their desires instead of the truth. Evil is what they earned, and evil is what they received. If we are of those who think and contemplate, let's learn from those who came before us, so we won't be faced with the same fate. And God sent Prophet Hud to the people who were vicious, and they were constructors of castles. They said, religion is for the ancients, and you, Hud, are not a messenger, you are one of the liars. No one will account us for our deeds, they said, but next thing you know, they were all dead. But God saved His messenger and the believers, while a scream overtook the evildoers. So gone were the vicious people of Prophethood. And Prophet Lot was sent to a transgressing nation who abandoned their wives, wanted to expel the prophet, and denied the revelation. They were engaged in awful deeds and rape, so their punishment was severe and there was no escape. But God saved His messenger and the believers, and gone were the transgressing people of Prophet Lot. And to the children of Israel God sent Prophet Jesus, the son of Mary. Jesus said, Hear, O Israel, "Our God is one God," but they denied him and proceeded with their tyranny. They planned to kill and thought they crucified Jesus, but they didn't kill him, it only so appeared to them. And God saved his messenger, while the liars and evildoers fell into the darkness of the wrong path. And what's worse than being of those whose path becomes dark after being previously illuminated? And gone were the tyrant people of Prophet Jesus. Messenger after messenger after messenger were sent, with the same message: believe in one God, do good, and repent. Those who denied got wiped out, either physically or spiritually, but they answered for what they've done without a doubt. But those who followed their prophets were at peace and without fear. Like people of Solomon, David, Jonah, Joseph, they tried to do good and repented, and so they were saved, as they were sincere. And the first prophet was Adam, our grandfather, who started it all. After him came thousands, some with books, some without, but with the same religion and the same call. And it was the task on the people to preserve their relations from God, but they sold them all for profit, adding and removing whatever they want. And so God had sent the last prophet, this time to the people of all nations, with a final reminder and a final call, promising to protect the message from the wrongdoing of his creation. And his messenger's name is Muhammad, born from the people of the sand. They too spread corruption and evil in the land. But they were of those who repented, and they received the Quran, the final words from God in the religion Islam. And since Muhammad is the final prophet, he is our prophet of our time. And so now it is our turn to be tested. Will we be righteous, or will we be of those who got left behind?